Yo, what's good, Yeep yokes? Welcome back. And we're not screaming our heads off today, nor defeating demon bugs. We're gonna be doing something chill. We're gonna be reviewing the most underrated items in Yeeps. So we'll start off with the a little bit popular but still underrated to massively underrated and should be praised more. And I will be rating these items on a scale of. So, we will be rating all the items on this, wall kind of thing. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Hold on. Okay, welcome back. Just had to make a little change. I kind of forgot to add these items. So, one being super good and, so underrated. It's like, we should be using it more. And Get Out, it's, I guess, kind of overrated. I don't know. By the way, before we just start with reviewing some of the items, these are only my opinions. If you have different opinions, sorry if I upset you. Yeah, if you know. And yeah, let's go into the first item, which I really like, and that is the little RC cars. Now, I just love these. And even when Christmas came out that one time, these guys are popular, but ever since all these updates and Yeep 2.0, the RC cars are kind of faded out. And I really think these are cool, really cool. Because there's even F-15s and whatnot, I don't have the F-15, but I have the biplane. Look, you can tell that's cool. And there's also an M4 Sherman. I know if you're confused by some of these names, they're just what things. I didn't even know this is, but I think it looks like a M4 Sherman. I don't even think I'm saying that right, but Sherman. If you want, I'll explain some. You know what? If you want, I'll explain some World War II vehicles using Yeeps. But yeah. This guy. He's actually really cool. So, let's go over to the rate area. Now, because these RC cars, yeah, are really cool. I'm gonna give them a solid 4. Solid 4, because they're just really fun to play around with. And now on to the second item, and that is the axe. Now, even though it's basically a bat, the you can't lie, the design of it is really fun to use, especially if you have 2 of them. Because imagine trying to defeat a boss with these. I've actually tried using them, but I resorted to explosions in my one video. Anyway, this item is just really fun to use, and I think it does a lot of more stuff. So, even though it's really cool, and I don't see anyone using it, it's kind of a reskin to the bat. So I'm gonna have to give it a 7. Now, to your axe levels out there, this bat, I know it deserves higher, but it's just a reskin, and I really do love it. But anyway, let's go on to our next item, which is this, chainsaw. Now, I know, the chainsaw is, kind of used for building, because it, mounts down buildings. Hold on, let me show you. Here we are. So say if you didn't want this, it's kind of like that, you know. Pull this out, yeah, and then just... And you don't have to use this in creative. It's also in normal Yeeps. So say if you want the PvP summon, you just start it up and start sawing away. But the main reason why people don't use this is probably because in thing where you have cotton, yeah, it takes away all cotton by the thing, and I reckon there's just other things which are pretty good which are pretty good. They just are same value as this. So, yeah. If we go over here now, it is pretty cool though because it can mount down builds and it really helps you. So I'm just gonna give it a 6. Solid 6. Now, let's get on to our next item, which is the boomerang. Now this weapon, I don't know why nobody uses it. Like, look how good this is. Like, and plus, since like everyone's making Clash Royale maps, you know the who's that one guy called? And he like sacrifices people. I don't know. I'll probably just show an image up on a thing, but you can basically just make him because he normally swings his axe, and that's basically like this. And plus, it's actually really good because like you can hear Yeep, yeah, they can fly back, yeah, and then they'll hit it again, and I'll just go more forward. So you know, because this is so underrated and literally nobody uses it, it's gonna have to go with a solid 3. Solid 3. Anyway, onto our next item, and that is the snowflake. Now, same with the RC cars. This used to be prime when it was Christmas, but ever since all these updates came, it's kind of like faded out, and it's really cool because like you can climb up a lot of walls. Like, say if like, oh, it's a really big wheel here. I just hold on. So say if there's like a really big wall here, I don't want to get up there or something. You just dun. Oh my god, I have there. Oh, you just get the meaning, yeah. I'm not like best at snowflake fair, but it would be like so useful because this is in like stuffing mode or whatever it is, like hangout, I guess. And like, it's just like really fun to use, and plus, it's kind of like a ninja star. 'Cause look, like you can't say that doesn't look like a ninja star, but I don't think it does damage. So I'm just gonna put it in 5. Now let's look at the things we've got right now. We got 5 more left. We've got number 8, number 9, number 10, and juicy number 2 and 1. We are not gonna lie, this chart looks like pretty good right now. Now onto our next one, and that is being this thing. Now if you weren't around in this event, it would be this like firework looking thing which would always like spout out a bunch of like fireworks which would knock back people. Now, even though we're new, yeah, there's been a lot of new players, and there was a lot of players that actually got this item, but they just choose not to use it. There's the odd few that actually do use it, but even though like a bunch of people got it, including the gold one as well, it should be used a lot more because it's really, really cool. It's like, bow, bow, bow. Yeah. But it is like on resource damage, and when it's done, it kind of does nothing. So I am really sorry to firework lovers out there, but I'm gonna have to put this in 8. We've got 4 more left now. It's getting pretty tight. I can't change these, so gonna be hard. Really, really hard. Anyway, next item, and that is the lighter. Now, the reason why this is probably like, I guess like extinct, is because the match basically does what the lighter does. But yeah, it's really cool, yeah, because like just you can't say this design is really really good. Like Yeep's actually cooked on this design, but it's basically just like an expensiver, like, I guess, match. So we're gonna have to put it in 9. I really wish I could put it in a higher like thing because it's really cool. And like you can basically like, if you're making a movie and you need like something to light something, don't use a match. Use the lighter because lighter's got so much better design than the match. But it doesn't do a lot of damage, and it only lights stuff on fire. So it's gonna have to be a 9. 3 more left. Getting pretty close here. But, yep. Let's get on with this one. And the next item is gonna be, and it's this like bomb walking thingy. Now, same with like the RC car, the snowflake and whatnot. This is like prime when, you know, it was Christmas, because it came out on Christmas. And it's like so fun to use because like it can fit into so many maps as well. Like just any map it can fit into. And plus it's like really cool. What? How do these guys get over it? Never mind. Like even though not a lot of people own this because it was on Christmas before Yeeps 2.0, and a lot of new players came when it was Yeeps 2.0. But when Yeeps add Christmas, this thing's probably gonna get like a lot more attention because it is really fun to use. So because of that, I'm gonna have to put this in 2. Really got this decision now. 1 and 10. Why did I leave these 2 out? Well, exactly. Anyway, our next item is gonna be, and this is the compass. Now you're probably saying, why the compass? Well, basically the same thing as the lighter. It's really good at its design, and plus, it's like it's really fun to use as well. Just look at this guy. I think it actually tells you which direction you're facing. So like if you're trying to make a movie and the person is lost, just use this because it's really good. They're really good for design, and yeah. But same with the lighter, it has really no use. Like the only use is to really find places because it leads you to exiters. But it's kind of like, you know, not the goodest. And it's really cheap as well, and it's on the starter tech web, and that makes me like really concerned why I see nobody using it. But you know, it's useless. Well, it's not really useless, but like damage wise and like anything else apart from like movie making, kind of bad. So you have to put this in 10. And now the moment you have been all waiting for. Number 1 of the underrated items, and that thing is, but wait, before I tell you, I had to choose between these 3 items. First item being the sled, second item being the banjo, third item being the drumstick. Now before I tell you my final thing, I'll tell you all stuff about these items because I think these 3 items deserve the first place. Banjo. The banjo is really good for combat because you can just just find someone and hit them away. And this used to be the main weapon for all the people who would just randomly hit you away. It used to freeze you, 2 banjos, fly you in the air, and it was really fun to use. But I barely ever see people using it anymore. And now the sled. Basically the same thing as the banjo, but not as much. But not as much as like, I guess you can call them like briefies. I don't know what you can call them. But this is just like so fun to use, but nobody uses it anymore. Probably because of the vast terrain in Yeeps 2.0. And there used to be so many maps in its prime using the sled, but now I guess it's kind of faded out. And the drumstick is basically like really cool. Like you can flip it, yeah, and it's pretty good for combat as well. Yeah, like you can do all cool tricks. Like, yeah. So, I've made my decision, and I think the number 1 place for. Oh, okay, moving on now. And that is the drumstick. because it's just really fun to use, and you know, the really cool tricks to this. Because it's really good for combat. Because if you get two of them, yeah, you can just like go like. I don't know what I'm doing, but you know what I'm doing. It's also good for movie making because of this certain trick that Yeeps decided to add, which I think is really cool. You flip it, and just even though there's like barely any design, it's just cool all out. And that is my tier list of the most underrated items. So it goes first place to the drumstick, second place goes to the bomb, third place goes to the boomerang, fourth place goes to the race car guy, fifth goes to the snowflake, sixth goes to chainsaw, seventh goes to axe, eighth goes to this firework, I guess, ninth goes to the lighter, and 10th goes to the compass. These are my things. Now, once again, this is just my idea on what I think the most underrated item is. You can have different like aspects, I guess. But yeah, see you later, I guess.